Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basics. You're gonna do this is how we do text, baby. Man, I does back. You know what it is. The only place, all the 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 place, go get it. All the place, go get it. All the place, all the place, all the place, go get it. All the place, go get it. Is right back of the basics. You're gonna do this is how we do text, baby. Man, I does back. You know what it is. Real man rise up, fake man rise up. Real woman rise up, fake woman rise up. Breath to wear preacher, preach on. And today's topic we're going to talk about is. And today's topic I want to talk about. I was watching Boy Walking, and he was talking about black rappers hate Iggy Azalea because she is racist. Hey, that's their personal opinion. Maybe, but I'm gonna say it like this: if she is a racist, then that's our fault in our own community because let's be honest, there are black people who interact with white folks in regular basic, everyday regular basis. What I'm trying to say is black community got the same mindset as white folks, and white folks got the same mindset as black folks. For some odd reason, they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit it. I'll give you an example. You hear this from white black community all the time. Always say, man, I wouldn't mess with them white folk. Man, they crazy. Yeah, the sudden the black people from the south, them scary type of black people. And I'm not saying every black people's scared. I'm talking about the people from black people from the south. When they see a white person, the first thing they think in their mind, man, I don't want to say nothing, man. Man, they gonna get us in trouble. That back of the old essence slavery mentality from black people running that mindset when we think the whites they're talking about is them dirty whites. That's the people they're talking about. It could be anyone, from some suburban whites to the southern whites. For some reason, southern whites been cleaner whites, but they prefer them as dirty white. Even as from suburban whites, the northern whites, they the cleaner whites, and then you got the racially of the southern whites or dirty whites. Man, you can look this stuff up when you hear the word Caucasian. When you hear that word, man, let me drop this for a second because I'm going to get to the commentary when I think. I said this before. I said this again. Black women and white women got the same damn mindset. They do. They do. They do. They do. The difference is black women being a sexual exploitation so much. White women, on the other hand, they sexuality is been replacement. See, that's a difference. See, they put the placing on the white woman's pedestal. She opened and more freely of her sexuality. Black woman is highly aggressivistic of their sexuality. In other words, I'm trying to say that black women are not allowed to express their sexuality because they've been exploited ever since slavery, and they got to cover these black women up. This is why that white women can open up their sexuality and be more free, feel more womanly, feel more proud about it. But when a black woman does it, what do they say? She's a hoe, she this and that, all this other stuff and that. Even her own people talk about it. Even brothers and sisters talk about it. But if a white girl was have sex with 5 or 6, 7 football team, she get respected. I know it is. It's a European beauty standard. It is a double standard because of racism. Because of that, it's not that as black women fault. It's not just a white woman fault. It's the way how society views other race and other race of people. White people and blacks are guilty with this mindset. I'm gonna show you. Let's look at the word Caucasian because a lot of people don't. I've been hearing this from my own people all the time saying about this word. Here it is. Even from Lex will talk about this. Caucasoid. I mean, I'm gonna read this right here. Okay, for the people of the Caucasus Mountain to see the people of the Caucasus, for the for the others the use of the term Caucasian. The C Caucasian is distributed as the European or race is the predominant of here from others to use to see the ethnic ethnicity in groups in Europe. Caucasian race is also Caucasoid or Europeanoid is the concept that is having a history has been it has history has been used to describe of the physical or biological type of biological type of some or all of the population of Europe, North Africa, the horns of African and Western Asia and Pacific Asia and South Asia. And this the term was used into in the logical and philosopher for the many people from those region without regardless and necessarily to the skin tone. It says it right here. You see different shades of what it means to be a Caucasian. And what started all that is this motherfucker right here. These two men, Christopher Miniman and Miniman, whatever his name, and James and Franklin Blumenbach. They think that this skull, they claim the Georgian stone is the Blumenbach discovered in 16 and is the and the German the Georgian skull is a Blumenbach is discovered in the 1795, which he is used to as advertisement of advertise a regular of the of region of Europeans from the Caucasus. They can look this stuff up, man. Here it is right here when he said the part about he he posted it that the Caucasian he posted he published the Caucasian he published Caucasian as the white race as well as the Mongol as the yellow race and Malay race is Malays the brown race. This is what he said. He posted it of Caucasian as the white race, as well as the Mongol as the yellow race, and Malay the brown race, and Ethiopian the black race. American is American the red race. See, he knew what he was doing. He broke every other 5 different races and groups. This is why a lot of people have a hard time with certain skin tone that people focus on. And I'm not saying every single people think like this. Most Europeans do think like this regardless when they hear the skin tone. Now, white people don't like this word Caucasian because that's going to start confusing what means to be white regardless what certain tones they white. White could be any different shade of the color. But the way they see it, you got to have a certain racial certain features in order to be a Caucasian even to think they the same way Latino and black and anything else. And the third of the enemy of his on the natural environment of mankind, Blumenbach Blumenbach moved the skin tone to the second and the seventh the important after the notice that the poorest Europeans poor European people European people much as the sentiment and one of it is he is reserved and generally is working the outside and offer being come dark skin and brown skin from the sun exposure. He also noticed that the darker skin of a olive oil toned was a natural featurement of some Europeans population is close to the Mediterranean Sea as long as a lot of it George is Cleveland as the Blumenbach declared that the Caucasian race is based on the cultivated and meaning it and the bone and a monopoly and the is indigenous to the skin skin pigment and through in the climate more than just that the Parliament Europeans white and red. I mean white and I get it white and white and cheek rosy, white and cheek rosy. You hear this as the a prototype for the Caucasian race. You see how most people think when they hear the word Caucasian? Here it is. I'm trying to find what he said. This other guy. In the race of philosophy, Miniman is putting the forth that the Caucasian have the whitest and the most blooming and the most delicate skin. What they're trying to say, if a white person get cut, they bleed more easily than any other most people. Europeans with the Europeans with darker skin is also declared as dirty whites mixed with Mongols. You see this again? Europeans with the darker skin. He in the he is the side of dirty whites mixed with Mongols, Mongolians. You could say they could look this up. And also, it's been used by the French nationalists as the legitimate Joseph V, who believed that the Caucasian are the only the pyramid of skin Europeans. Yeah, they do believe this. They do believe this right there. They do believe this. You know, you can look this stuff up. That when you hear that word Caucasian, you can look this stuff up. Even though the Zeidman in the United States, they reject this man because he got some dark skin and he's not fit the racial narrative what means to be a white person. Basically, what they're saying, the Caucasians who are mixed with Mongols, basically what's saying have German in one end, and then you got the cleanest Europeans or Southern Europeans is basically non-German. They're trying to say they're telling this you that every freaking white person is a fucking caveman, right? That's a bullshit lie, because if that was the case, now many in the early days, if you go back to 200 years ago, it's a mix for the Caucasian mixed with Mongols, and the cleanestly whites is deferred to them as dirty whites. So you see what I'm saying? They will never admit they got some black blood in them. They will never admit it. If you can look this stuff, that's like saying of the term African American. Let's look this stuff up right here. When people say African American, that's why I don't like that term right there, because when people say African American, here it is when people say African American. African American is also referred to as Black American or Afro American. Is a racial ethnicity group is a citizen or the resident of the United States with the total or apartment ancestry from the many of the native population of Sub-Saharan African. The term may be the term may also be to use to include it only with those individuals who are descendants from African slaves. You see that right there? They're basically saying to this term African American, you got to know who the people from the tribe you sent into was certain language, and who the people who slaved you from by the European colonization. You see what they're saying? As the compound is rejected, the term is usually is the hyperman as African Americans. And here it is that trip me out when they say this African Americans. African American as acclaimed as the second largest races and ethnicity minorities. For some reason, they always say the word minority. I tell anybody if somebody call you minority, basically means you're a loser. In United States, most African Americans are of Western and Central African descent, or this descent, the Pacific, the Pacific, not Pacific, Central, Central African descent, and or the descendants of the enslavement blacks within in the bound of the parliament of the parliament the and, the within the bound of the uh, 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 precinct United States. But however, in migration from African and Caribbean, Pacific American, and South Americans nation, and their descendants may or may not also self-identify with this term. What they're trying to say right here, when you hear this term African American, basically they're saying they trying to say black people from descendants from slave boats, from the term Europeanization. This is some bullshit because if that's the case right here, many of them is mixed with Europeans or Asian. If you look at African American, they got Frederick Douglass, Herman Tubman, Booker T. Washington, W. D. Boyd, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, and Eric Brooks, and Marvin Freeman, and Sojourner Truth, and Hillary McDonald, and Oprah Winfrey, Condoleezza Rice, Barack Obama, Michael Jordan, Chuck Berry, Richard Pryor, Marshall, and Jackie Watson. And here's the total population: 42, comma, 0, 20, comma, 743, included 3,091 and 424 black in common with another race. You see what I'm saying? But let's look at white Americans. But first we see the religion actually is protected as the larger minority or Roman Catholic 5%, and protestant as 78%, Muslim 1%, no religion 13%. Okay, let's look at white Americans. When you hear people say white Americans, it trips me out when we're the only group want to get along with every other group. Let's look this stuff up right here. White Americans. White Americans are the people of United States who are declared or declared itself as white. In the United States, Bureau define white people as those who have a region in any of the original people of Europe, Middle East, or North African, and included the people who in the determinant of including in their race as the white, or reported and entered it as much as Irish, German, Italian, Vin, uh, Venvid, whatever you want to call it, and Arab, and many Monibico Caucasian, and also is a wide group than than European American. You see what they're saying? They're trying to say that every other white person is not from Aryans, or they're trying to say that they're not quote unquote pure. Because not every Caucasian is pale skinned or or red dish. You could say that much. Because some will come from brown and dark, if you ask me, or yellow. Like of the often of U.S. or racial generalizing, whites have not Hispanic or Latino, and a Hispanic or Latino and uncomponent in the letterman in the codament of most of white Mexican American and white white Cuban Americans. The term Caucasian is often used as the derivative of changement with the interchangeable with the white and all through the term or not is specificity. See, they said the larger ethnicity of the 10 larger ethnicity of American whites are German American, 16.5%, Irish American, 11.9, English American. If you don't know what English American, that's British people, 9.2%. Italian American is 5.5%. Mexican American 5.4%. French American is 4%, and Polish American is 3%, and Scottish American is 1.9. Dutch American 1.6, and Norway American is 1.5%. However, the population of American of English or other British ancestry is thought to be the larger than that reported to the Catholic as some families of this origin that has been reside in the United States for the many generations prefer to identify themselves as as simply Americans. White American included in the Hispanic who identify as white. And in class as me the class of me the majority. They still believe that majority with a total of about 245 532,000 or 77.7 of the population as as of 2003 non-Hispanic whites is total about one 1,097, 8,016, and 0,000, or 62.6 of the U.S. population. You know what they're saying? Notice they did not say African white Africans. Notice they didn't say that. You know what? But they'll say Hispanic because Hispanic is close to Europeans. They didn't say Asian, but they say Caucasian. When they say all these population, man, they basically saying they don't have no. What they're trying to say about black people don't have the DNA. That's a lie right there because that they still believe that one drop rule. If you mix with one drop is your rule. Let's say if you got a white mother and a black father. You're gonna pull more features of your black father than you pull more features of your white mother. That's not necessarily true. It depends that they focus on the hair, or the focus on the nose, the ears, and the eye color. But the most thing Caucasian always focus on is the hair and the color eyes. They always focus on that. Blacks focus on always the hair or the skin tone. Whites focus on skin tone, but just as much if you pass white, if you pass black. I mean that is crazy. I mean, that is crazy. The font the font the font of who is white has been changed out through the history of United States. You got that right. And catch a bit of question on the race list, the generalizing white or European American. You notice they say white and European American. White and European American. All white Americans is referred to them as dirty whites, but or European Americans, they consider them as Caucasian mixed with Mongos. You see what I'm saying? And then they say black or African American. They're trying to say black people is descendants from slaves, but there are black people already over here. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. American Indians and 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 Alaska Native and Native Hawaiian. This is a tough question because when they say Native American Indians, all American Indians is you born Native American in the United States, and an Alaska Native when they born Native in Alaska and Native born in Hawaii, or is the other Pacific Islanders. Pacific Island people born in the island from and even part of Asian countries and Latin countries, if you say that much. Perhaps of some other races, which is the uh, respondent and having it betterment to mark more than one races or only one races and or the ethnic ethnic eyes and they claim that Bruno define white people as followers. I mean that's crazy. Notice they did not say white Africans. Notice that, right? Like I said again, you know, let me get on this about this Nicki Minaj, but I'm not gonna get on this stuff because one thing about black women and white women, though, white women, for the most part, they have this whole superiority complex. What I'm trying to say that when you look at the word Caucasian, they believe they are the beautiful race of women in the world. I know it sounds funny, but I'm telling you, most whites do believe this. And some think they Aryan, but I want to know if you're an Aryan, how come you can't go back to the Aryan land that you could claim your land is? Because they ain't gonna recognize you. I mean, but you got dark Caucasian, but they just because they got dark Caucasian again, but you better not clear them to call them black. But they classified this a black Egyptian is Caucasian, and there's nothing Caucasian about it. But like I said again, regardless of the skin tone and certain things, because they believe every humanity started from the beginning of Europe from the Neanderthals, trying to say that Asians and Europeans got the Neanderthal. They try to say that the Europeans Europeans and Asians got the Neanderthal DNA in them. Trying to say that black people are Africans. You say they're trying to say they come from the ape primitive people. I don't buy into that because it's kind of pissed me off because white folks know it's a lie. I mean, I'm gonna post this video. Even the white guy even admitted that Africans did not descend from monkeys. It's funny if blacks consider monkeys, that means the monkeys, the rock and roll British band, are they the monkey pines too? I mean, I laugh when I hear Europeans believe this. They know it's not true, but they buy into the bullshit belief. But you can't get mad at them because once you told a person a lie, they're gonna start to believe it. That's not true. Same thing about black people. We think that we brought out here in slave boats, but the funny thing is, where are the slave boats? I asked everybody that question, and nobody couldn't answer me. I asked a question: if we are slave of boats, where are the slave boats? But one thing that they ain't gonna never tell you: the word slavery is a Latin word for slava. I'm telling you. You can look this up. They are trying to say that black people can't speak Slava language. So that explains it why Europeans keep on saying that, okay, that blacks been slave and whites never been slave. Bullshit, because why there was a white guy had a book called White Cargo claimed that whites were the original slaves. And they're gonna deny this. They're gonna deny it. They're gonna deny it. But even Australia, you got the Australian Aboriginals been treated in their own damn land, but yet the Australian owe those people over there. But instead, they being treated fine in their own damn country. But Iggy Azalea even dressed this about the Australian people, Aboriginal Australians, been treated like their own shit over there. But white Australians, they treat them like a special dignity of their country. But they both Australian. They supposed to look. If they can look out for them, they can need to look out for Australian originals as well. They got the same features as Europeans. But the thing is, they just like funny looking. But they'll make fun of them, make it seem like they seen as being cave looking. I mean, the Europeans know damn well how they got up here. They know. Even blacks know how we got up here. But somebody's lying. They're not telling you the truth. And all I can say about Iggy Azalea and Nicki Minaj. Now, I'm gonna say this brother, whatever his name is, uh, Boy Watkins, whatever your name, I'll call you Mr. Watkins. I understand what you're saying. The reason why I say this, the black community hate Iggy Azalea because she don't want to address black issues. I understand that. I understand that they have the right to feel angry and upset with her. But guess what? We allow it to happen. We open in too much in our cultures. Notice that I don't hear many white people claim diversity when it comes to their culture. And Asian and Latinos and Middle East, you want to know why? Because they know damn well they ain't gonna because they ain't gonna get their extra cut and it's gonna break in the cut and they're off of their deal and get a better paid salary than they do in what they're fucking started. So you really can't hate on them for that doing that. So they're trying to keep bred it into to their race and not bred it out. Because once you bred out their race, basically you're killing their race. But every race of people come from the family tree of life in Africa, but they'll tell you it's in Europe. I mean, and that's crazy. White folks been fucked with blacks for years. This ain't nothing new that under the sun that nobody wants to talk about. I mean, I don't care what Europeans, they can hate blacks or not. They don't fool me. I can smell the bullshit under their breath. They don't fool me. They don't fool me one bit. And they talking about they afraid it could become the minorities. There have always been white minorities over there, Europe till now. All you got to do is look up the white genocide, and I just read it to you to see what it was about. It was about Armenians was being banished and then slaving it over the Turks. You can look it up. And basically, black genocide was about trying to stop black women being aborted, not having children. I'm telling you, this is why abortion killing the black community. Thanks, Planned Parenthood. That bitch Marvin Sanger. What I'm trying to get into this. What I'm getting at this point. White women is not being valued as women by their own men. That's what this feminist stuff was started from them. White women wanted to vote. They want to have a job, have the same job paid in waves. women, whatever you want to call it, they want to have the job payment rights as much as their men. But who's gonna be her milk and bread and butter? Her so-called white guy. Let's be for real, because white women been put on the pedestal by their men, and who gave birth to white men? But white women. Let's be honest. And I study this, and I get why they think the mindset they do. You know, and then you got the black community. Black women, for most part, is not being seen as being women. They seen as manly. I know it's not right. It's not right because this is how they view black women. This is how they see them. Black women do need to be careful how they've been seen, and white women as well. But the thing about white women, she's gonna be the eye of the beauty of the so-called white society. But as soon as she fuck a black man, she damaged goods. And white women very aware of this. They very aware. But same, but as soon as a black woman fuck with a white, as soon as a black woman fuck with a white dude, she become a bed breaking winch bitch. I know it's a bed breaking bitch winch, basically saying that she can take care of a milk and feed by raising the children of whites, but not raising and feed or milk and children by her kids. That's what this whole thing is about. Hearing these two brothers talk about, they always put white women and black women against each other. I notice when they do that. If I had sex with women right now, I can have sex with Nicki and Minaj and Iggy and Azalea right now. But the thing is, white women, I hate to say that, in the most part, white women love sex. Let's be honest. They love they like the femininity they like the sexual fantasy of their men. They like to please the men of their men, and they so sexually submissively they submissify what they do. Not all of them, and they always portray white women as easy to get at. Not really. Not white women. Not every white woman is easy now, because it's easy to earn, it easy to hard to get to get the women, get the white women, especially white women. Black women been seen as basically as Jezebels or Mammy, Jammy. You could say that much. They say a lot of things. And because of that, she's been viewed as, not being seen as what means to be, or how to feel sexually discriminated as a female by her own black men. She want to have the same pedestal as the white woman, knowing she can't get it because white guy can afford to get the pedestal for his woman. Black man could afford it if he could afford to get the black woman pedestal. And this is why this conflict drama between black men and black women, I start to notice it when it comes to interracial dating. I think black men and black women are guilty of this mindset. You never hear white men and white women disrespect each other in public. You never hear it. They always keep it in distant, keep it private, because they ain't gonna let nobody get in their business. That's one thing about whites. They never gonna let anybody get in their business. But black community, they all in open about it. They out in the open, let everybody know that their business. White community not gonna let it be open. They're gonna keep it in private and keep it distant private, and they're gonna keep it that way. And they're gonna tell you stay out of their business. White's gonna tell you stay out of their business. But we need to start doing that. We need to start getting out of the people's business and start getting in our business so they can stay out of our business. Because one thing about black women and white women, one thing about black women and white women got a lot in common. Black women is want to be seen as being, I'm strong and independent. I don't need no man. That type. I'm your superwoman. I do everything for you, cook for you, clean for you, educated to you. You can say that much. I visit you in jail and write you letters and give you give you some books for you get back on your feet. You hear this a lot from black women. You hear this a lot. Not all black women like this, but some of them, and they like this whole thug occasion, thug element culture. Let's be honest, because Black women into that thug element Katie Cole, but that college degree and degree element, brother, they can't stand no type. Let's be honest. That's the truth. From white women, the most part, they into those rock and roll hall of fest and rock and roll musician type. Those biker bars, the biker broken bars type. They into the type of jockman and jockstrap assholes type. Let's be honest. This is the truth. White women, when they have sex, you will never hear them about having babies by different men. You never hear that, but you always hear that about black women. Because what they do, they go to the club, they overdo it, they have sex with the men and barely don't know. When a white woman does it, she get intoxicated and wake up in a hotel. She don't know she's been gang and getting raped. This does happen in the most part. This is the difference between feminists and feminazis. Feminists supposed to support of the same rights as men and women for everyone, and same thing men's rights as well. Feminazis better off with their partner, better off, and we need us women, without the men. And it's kind of sad, but that's the difference. And got the same mindset as Hitler. They think that put the woman over the man, and feel a man feel a prisoner in his own home, especially black men. But they never put a white guy go through it. Now, some white guys do go through this, but they go through this in a way that they have to write royalty checks and royalty statics and go to a court settlement, sell them in court. White people into that. Black community in some ways, they always settlement a divorce. They always settlement child support and child support payment. This is the difference between the white woman and the black woman. White women love sex. Black women, the thing about black women, they love sex, but the thing is, they only into sex when it's convenient to them, when they start to have sex, when they start to have a relationship. Because you got to look at it. Black women was come from a single parent home, and that's difficult, because if she don't respect a man and not have a man present at the home, what makes you think she's gonna respect the man? She's gonna look at men as bad and all this other stuff. Even though white women go through it too, but white women can still go on with their life. Even though there's some white women out there hate their men, but they will never put it out there like a black woman does. Let's be honest, it's a straight up truth. See, when a black woman say, I'm independent, I don't need no man, a white woman will say, I am woman, hear me roar. You hear this all the time. Black men and white men are guilty to get their women act like that, especially white guys. They could have stopped feminists, and so is black men. If men wasn't raping women, beating up on women, even though it wouldn't be a man's world without a woman, without a girl, and that's come from James Brown, and he ain't lying about this. If I had sex with black women, white women right now, I would tell you the difference. They both are women, but at the same time, they could both become total bitchmen. They could be bitch. The thing is, there are black women, are good value black women out there with that natural hair, that natural beauty. But there's some black women who are loud and arrogant men. They're loud and loud. There are black women who are loud and ambiguous of the things they do. Let's be honest. White women being seen is one. There are good white certain women about it. There are good white value, good white women out there. But there are some white women, one of those white Becky types. They the kind of woman will kill you and over insurance, collect your insurance, a well living payment. Let's be honest, that is true. And also, there are white women out there who are slutty up those cunt and slutty white women. Black women is them hood rat, is them boss bitches type. See, there's a difference between a white woman and black woman. White women got the best beauty, hands down. Why I say that? That is true. Who got the best sexiest women is Russian women, Ukrainian, and I would definitely say Irish women. Those are the three sexiest, beautiful women if the European women. All the rest of the women is beautiful, but the thing is, they health and thinner and slimmer when it comes to, especially in the European countries. Be very careful when you mess with some white women because there's a lot of racial exploity about. In other words, that she's bred in another home race, and she got supposed to be bred in home race instead of breeding it out because when as soon as she messed with a black man, like I said again, she gonna be damaged good. I don't believe this whole Bill Cosby thing, because if that was the case, they would have hanged his ass in trees right now, especially by the Klan. Let's be honest. But the Klan do some fucked up shit like every other man, like Black Panthers and all the rest of them. I ain't even gonna get into that. Black women got the best body, hands down. Why I say that? Because it's something about black women. They got a body is fit that fit a body figure type. But the thing is, because they've been sexually flirtation so much, it's hard for them to express their sexuality even more. White women, on the other hand, they can express their sexuality as long as they ain't too open, too freely about it. When a black woman does it, that's a problem. I don't know why it's like that. If a white woman can express her sexuality, then a sister should do it too. But instead, she couldn't because of slavery, and it's sad because of that. See, white women know her role. Black women don't know her role. And I always say, well, white women say she want a husband, black women say she want a ring. And I know you hear this a lot. People can get mad at me, but you got to be honest. White women stand by their man, black women don't stand by their man. Let's be honest. There's a difference between white people and black people. There is a difference between those two. Let's be honest, especially experience. I only speak in my experience how I see it. And I notice it. I'm not crazy about white women like that. Be honest with you. They do things a lot different than when it comes to our women. White guys love their women, but the thing is, they sexually exploited their women for years before black men's exploitation out of our women. We do it way before they did, but they did it way before we would do it when we start doing it to our women. But they both could be mothers. They could both be women. Now, I have messed with a white girl before. I probably had sex with one. But I've been messing with sisters all my life. So I know how they are. I know how some white women are as well. But white women like this, they like the cream of the coffee. You don't want a lot of cream. You just want an extra little cream to bring the more better flavor out the cream, the cream out the coffee, make a better flavor when you drink the coffee. They want us those type. When you taste a cream, it makes you relax and make you relaxation in yourself. They like that. When a white girl will come up to you and say, how's the weather doing, and everything look all swell, and it's certain white women thing. It's a European thing. They do things different. Black women, on the other hand, they'll talk to you like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, you kind of cute." A black woman will come up to you if she like what you about and what you do. She'll check up on you, but you really got to check up on her before she check on you. White women will check on you before you check on her. See, there's a difference between a white woman and a black woman. See, I love women. It doesn't matter. I love all racial women. But if I had to prefer, most of my preference had to be black instead of white. I'm not really too much crazy about white like that. That's just me. I mess with black and Latino, so mostly black women, and some Latino women, but not too many white. Now, if it was a little white, I might mess with it a little bit. But for some reason, we got to talk about this because this is why a lot of issue that's going on in the black community, and not just the black community. There's issues in the white community. See, white guys take care of their home. Black men don't take care of their. Oh, you hear this a lot, but white guys don't take care of their home either. But the thing is, they still running the home, even if they're not in the home. Black men can still be running the home. He still couldn't get no damn break. I mean, this is true. for especially to black culture to white culture. You notice the difference. Any black community that you could ask, when you have sex with a black woman, you can't even pull her damn hair. You don't know if her hair is real or not. But a white woman, you can pull her hair. White women into that. They really into that. And I'm telling you, when you have sex with a white girl, they's flushed up red. They desire. They want your ass in bed. Trust me. Black women, on the other hand, you got to really bring the smooth operation. Bring some smooth operation when you get to the black woman. Because they always say black women like it more roughly when you get at them. Let's be honest. In the bedroom, the thing is they both want to make love, but white women want to make love in a way that make it feel like that you are prince and she the princess. Make love to like when the sun comes down. Black women on the other hand, they want you to make love to them to the rose petal to with a rose be fill up the petal. So my commentary is this: the thing they mad about Iggy is that of course she's gonna be more favorite than Nicki Minaj. Of course, it shouldn't be like that. Both of them ain't shit if you ask me. But if I had a chance, I fuck both of them. But the thing is, they both make you a hell of come if you ask me. But I would say to this. This is my commentary. This is my opinion. Tim, this is what I think was this issue between Nicki Minaj and Iggy Azalea. But I want to ask your commentary and tell me what you think of this video. All right? All right. It's your boy Domination. This is Back in the Basics. I'm going to do this is how we do Texas, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace and I'm out.